Welcome in to CHGO Bet Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. I am your host, Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me is Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. He is that one. Welcome into our little remote studio. Cody is going to have the day off. He'll do his night shift as the Cubs are on the West Coast, and I am still at home for the time being. We are going to still try to win money from our lovely, lovely abodes. We are being produced today by Natalie Burgick. Shout out to her. One of the first times. I think this is her second time.
Like first or second?
Hey.
Third?
Hey.
Second time on the show?
I think so.
All right. Second time producing the show. So having fun. And obviously it's a Cubs title because we have a Cubs producer. There you go, Cody. You got the Wade Miley headline. He finally makes the Cubs debut and he makes the headline. Congrats on the win, by the way. I know it's been a tough stretch here for you and Jack R in the comments. The Cubs finally get a win yesterday in San Diego. How you feeling?
It's just nice to win one, man. That's
Absolutely.
as far as I'm getting with it. It's just nice to win one. You know that Kevin Malone clip from The Office?
Yes.
Yeah, that was me last night. It's just nice to win one. So, yeah, it was tough. Spin zone, the Cubs have a better record than the Red Sox. Red Sox have good players. I don't know. Maybe
there you go.
Fuck around and get our way back into it. I don't know.
Spin zone. The Cubs aren't in last place, so there you go.
There you go.
Ultimate spin zone. They'll never be in last place, Cody, because the Reds exist. I'm excited to do our little reoccurring segment here. Let's bet against the Reds. I think we called it Bet on Black. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll bet against the Cincinnati Reds. We'll give you our big three as well, and we will talk about are we up or are we down. That's our bank segment. We started off with $50 in our bank when we started the show on March 4th. And now we have been, adding, gaining money, losing money, redepositing money. Let's see where we're at today. Cody, you had an okay night. You lost money, last night?
Yeah, it's just like I'm either finishing even or I'm finishing down. And that's what it's been the last couple days. And to be honest, coming into today, it was actually less than that. But I took no run first inning on the Tigers and A's, and that hit. And then I also took the Tigers to win outright, and they won 6-0 today. So maybe it's a sign of good things to come. I didn't put it out there for the people because I just did not feel super confident about it. But I don't know. We just you know how the D-gens work, man. We got to get back on the horse. So hopefully we're taking that energy into tonight's picks. And I mean, we've been here before. How many times have I I had $200, fell all the way down to 11, then I got all the way back up to 225, and here we are at 132. It is what it is. Just ride the wave.
You're just at 154 down to 132, but ride the wave. That's two bets right there. Usually putting $10 down on a bet, so you can make that up in a night. You just have to, go 2 for 3 basically, or 3 for 3 on your big three, which you've done before.
I did do what you kind of mentioned yesterday with the Celtics and Warriors.
There you go.
I parlayed the two, and that helped me regain some money back because I think only the Celtics money line was the only one that hit for me yesterday, though the rest of my bets did not hit. So I regained some money with that parlay, which it's nice. I hadn't won a parlay in a while, so it's always good to win. Again, nice to win one.
Nice to win one. Connor's taking the show in from Delirium Brewing in Leesburg, Virginia. Great happy hour brew view. I hope they have a little Baja Blast brew for you, guy. My guy Connor is a big Baja Blast guy. When he's taken in his White Sox sorrows, if there's a bad loss, this is what I've been told. He goes to Taco Bell and enjoys a Baja Blast. And after blowing a 6-run loss, I assume Connor found a Taco Bell out there in Leesburg, Virginia, and drank his Baja Blast, and now he's drinking away his sorrows with actual alcohol, which I think is a good step up for him. It's a good way to start the day.
For me, when the Cubs really make me miserable, it's a nice trip over to Chipotle and add that extra sour cream and guacamole into that bowl, and that'll help the pain.
Yeah, and hey, I can afford it now because I went up. I was at, I think, $30 yesterday. I'm up to $59.10. I hit on the White Sox run total over 4 yesterday. They scored 9, so that was an easy clear for me. They got to 4 runs in the first inning, so I was happy with that one. I did lose a 2-leg parlay. I had the Brewers -1.5 and the White Sox -1.5. Both teams ended up losing, so I lost the parlay on that one. I did also take over first run inning total for the White Sox and Guardians game. The Guardians scored in the first inning because Gavin Sheets dropped a fly ball. And did you see what the Cleveland broadcaster said?
I did see that. Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Are you shitting? Cheating me, I'm assuming, is what he was trying to say.
Absolutely. But they scored because Gavin Sheets screws up, and then Gavin Sheets went long, making that one a 4-1 run game. So run in the first inning happened yesterday. I won $14 on that one. Luis Robert did not hit a home run, but I'm pretty sure he did have 3 total bases, which was the prop I was looking for, but there was no prop to bet on that. So I was upset with that one. And then here's the one that I sneaked in, Cody. And I didn't tell you, I didn't tell Law Dog, and he even bragged about how I had money left in my bank, how I had a nice little cushion, in case I lost my bet. I had a $16 cushion that I could, rest easy on in case I lost all my bets. Instead of resting easy, I put all of it on Carlos Rodon's K prop, and that shit hit.
He had 12 yesterday, right?
And it was over 7.5.
Okay, so that was never a doubt.
And it was plus money, plus
wow.
115. I was sad I missed it and couldn't give it out on the show, but I saw it and I was like, the Rockies just struck out like 10 times against Arizona each game. I think Carlos Rodon can eat. And then he struck out 3 in the first inning, and I kicked my legs up and I'm like, all right, cool. That's an easy $35 right there. So that was great to see. You love to see it, Cody.
You do love to see the easy ones, man. From a gambling standpoint, no matter like whether it's for a team that I like or dislike, you'll love to see just easy winners for your buddies. I think that's one of my favorite things about gambling is when you're cheering for your friends to win their bets.
Well, and I'm cheering for you to win tonight. You got to go up, obviously. You got to win that $20, and I know that one of yours is going to hit. It's an automatic win, so you got to make sure you're paying attention to Cody's Big Three. But before we go into that, the best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app and use code CHGO when you sign up. If you do that right now, you get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. We're giving you a risk-free bet already. Cody's going to give you a risk-free pop that if you put money down, it should win. We have actual true odds to help that it shows. We have scientific data that Cody can win you money on one of these props. And if you want to help support CHGO, download that PointsBet app, use code CHGO, and if you make a $50 or more first time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free t-shirt from CHGO locker, all for making more than a $50 first time deposit at PointsBet. You can see Cody's shirt on. That's a CHGO shirt right there. If you're a Cubs fan looking to bet on Wade Miley tonight and you want a great Cubs shirt to go with it, you can take advantage of this deal right now because Cody's going to give you a prop later that will win you money. You'll get a free shirt. You'll be rich and be looking cool. If you have any questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com and we will help you out. Online sign up is available in Illinois. You can download the PointsBet app right now and register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. So what are you waiting for? Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, Cody, let's talk about that Big Three. Let's talk about that real important prop in that Big Four.
Yeah, I made a Big Four today, actually.
Oh, look at you.
Let's start with the NBA because the other 3 are baseball related.
76ers, keep the one that is a lock until the end. Let's just keep teasing them.
Yeah.
They see it on the screen, but let's just keep teasing.
Okay, so 76ers money line plus 125. I know it's back in Miami tonight, but we finally saw, I guess you could say, vintage James Harden in the last game, and they won by 8 to 10 points, somewhere in that range, and I'm feeling a lot better about the 76ers now than I did, I don't know, a week ago without Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid really is the difference maker in this series, in my personal opinion. And if you don't feel good about the money line, if you don't think the 76ers are going to win outright, it's at 2.5 right now. So, Vegas pretty much has it as a toss-up. So this game's going to be close. I'd be shocked if it's not close. Again, I just think Embiid is the difference in this series against Miami. Miami, I think they really could be a finals team. They really have like the depth, and if they get really good contributions from their starting five, as in Butler, Lowry, and Adebayo, then yeah, that team can play with anyone, but they just don't really have anyone like Joel Embiid, in my opinion. And then you're getting James Harden to start playing like vintage James Harden. I know they were in Philadelphia, but I think they're bringing a lot of confidence into this game in Miami. So if you don't like the money line, I would take 76ers plus 2.5. I guess. I mean, what's the difference? Again, I'd say if you want to take it you get 76ers at plus money, might as well take it. That's my play for that NBA game tonight. Next up, I would say Manny Machado, 2+ total bases, plus 110. So he is batting well over 300, and I want to say 15 at bats against Wade Miley. This is Wade Miley's first start, as the headline says, first start of the year with the Cubs, and it's in San Diego. The Padres offense was completely shut down last night by Kyle Hendricks, but Manny Machado is having an NL MVP type start to the year. He's not going to be contained like Kyle Hendricks contained him last night. And he historically has good numbers against Miley. Miley's also a left-handed pitcher that bodes well for him as well. 2+ total bases at plus 110. I think that's free money, honestly. And then I like Josh Naylor, 2+ total bases against Lucas Giolito tonight at plus 135. I know historically it's even hard to say because he only has 6 at bats against Giolito, but in his last 3 games against the White Sox, and I mean, Sean knows this especially from last night, but he's had 2 total bases or more in the last 3 games against the White Sox. So he's kind of turned into a Sox killer, I guess you could say.
Knock it off.
He has a hit.
It was enough that you bet on him. Now you're calling him a Sox killer. Get out of here.
I mean,
No.
Come on, man. The last 3 games against the Sox, he's hurt you guys.
The last 3 games, that's not a Sox killer. It's a little bit of a stretch. Kid
this
got
year
hot.
At least. I mean, and he's having a good season so far. He's hitting well over 300. He has a hit in 9 of the last 10 games he's played in. He's playing very well right now. Do I think he's going to do it off Lucas Giolito? No, not particularly. But, I mean, there's a whole game. I don't think Lucas Giolito is going to throw a complete game tonight. And if he does, then I guess I was completely wrong. But at plus 135 with the way he's hitting right now, I mean, it's not a bad bet. I would say it's the one that I don't like the most out of the 4 that I have there.
Look at me. I love you. I hope you lose money tonight. I hope you lose money on this
again. This has nothing to do with the fact that they're playing the Sox. I just looked at the numbers. I was like, okay, I have to bet this. But I do think the lock of the night for sure is Clevenger under 5.5 strikeouts. I know the Cubs have been striking out a ton, especially in the last week, but they did. The offense really showed up last night. 6 runs against Mackenzie Gore, NL Rookie of the Year favorite, I guess you could throw up there. It's at minus 130, under 5.5 strikeouts. I just think that the Cubs offense, they're feeling good going in tonight's game. Maybe they keep that rolling. And also Clevenger's only had 1 star in the year. He's coming off Tommy John. I just don't know if he's going to have the innings to be able to get those 6 strikeouts, unless he, strikes out the side in one of those innings, which he certainly could. He definitely could. But I just don't know. At this point, I don't feel like we really know what we're going to get out of Clevenger yet. So I think at minus 130, that's probably the lock of the night for me.
You've seen enough games from the Cubs to understand that I don't think they're going to strike out that much. He did, surprisingly, in his first game back, throw 98 pitches, which I found was surprising, against Cleveland, and he only struck out, I think, 4 Guardians in that one. I mean, just 6 strikeouts is a lot. So, I mean, with the way that they can drag out plate appearances, I don't think that, you should be too worried at 5.5 here. And Jabari saying, afternoon, gentlemen. What's up, Jabari? Yesterday sucked, but we'll bounce back tonight. I'm pretty sure he picked the Celtics last night. So, I mean, he still won something. So, Come on, Jabari. It ain't all that bad. But I would roll with the Clevenger. I mean, that's been such a lock for the Cubs that, especially with a guy coming off Tommy John, making only his second start, it's going to be a tough team to strike out 6 times. All right, let's go to my big 3. I think I ended up having a big 4 as well. I did. I'm going to go with the KC and Texas under 8 runs. That's at minus 110. It's Brad Keller versus Martin Perez. I just think that those guys are such contact focused guys that not a lot of balls are going to leave the park. So I will go under 8 runs. I could see a 4-3 game, maybe a 3-2 game. Cody, even maybe a 2-1 game. I could see it being a low-scoring game between the Royals and Rangers. I will go with the Cubs and Padres to score a run in the first inning. That's at plus 110. I'm going to go away from the no-run first inning, and then let's go with the ones that actually are going to score runs here. I do think Wade Miley coming off his injury and making his first start of the season, Clevenger making only his second start of the season, I think there might be some rust on both guys. So I think, especially having plus money, why not throw it on those two? I will also go White Sox minus 1.5 at plus 120. I think the White Sox need to bounce back after what they did last night. I don't even really want to talk about it. It just, you need to win. And you honestly need to win by a comfortable lead because you need to make up for last night because that was pathetic. And then Freddie Peralta over 6.5 Ks. He has gotten 7 Ks and I think 3 of his 5 starts, and he's going up against the Reds. And Cody, what do we know about the Reds?
That they are like 5-17. And
they suck
against the spread since April 14th. I think that's the record since April 14th. Yeah.
They suck.
They
suck.
did. And the Brewers are due because they just gave up 10 runs to the Reds last night. I think Peralta shuts them down and the Brewers cover and Peralta gets those 7 strikeouts. I remember one of the few times that the under has not hit for opposing pitching strikeouts going up against the Cubs was Peralta. I think his was 6.5 against the Cubs earlier in the year, and he ended up getting 7. So and that was earlier in the year. He's probably into mid-season form, I guess you could say, now that the pitchers are getting more. They're being allowed to throw more pitches now. So
he's been iffy, but he's still gotten the strikeouts, which is why, especially going up against the Reds, I'd love to see it. Also, one thing too, you're getting double points on PointsBet, our presenting sponsor. Use code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. They have double points. So
every Tuesday.
I'm throwing out some money here on the MLB tonight. I also threw out money line on the Orioles versus the Cardinals. The Cardinals have Packy Naughton starting in a bullpen game, so why not ride the Orioles at plus 135? They haven't been that bad in the AL East, so let's ride the Orioles. And then I also am going with Cal Quantrill under 4.5 strikeouts at minus 160. I tweeted this out, but in 28 games so far, the White Sox opposing starting pitcher has only gotten 5 strikeouts in 5 games. So 5 of their 28, the starting pitchers reached 5 or more strikeouts. So I like the odds on that one, even though Cal Quantrill has had success against the Sox. But those are our bets for tonight. Shout out to Natalie Burjack for producing us. Cody, any more bets you will tweet?
We're riding Brewers minus 1.5, right?
There you go.
Are we going to take it? I'm taking it. I already took it.
I'm out of money, so okay. I didn't take it. I went with Freddie Peralta because I don't know if I trust the Brewers offense.
I went ahead, took the Brewers. They're going to bounce back tonight. If the Reds cover for 2 straight games, I might have to take a break, but I don't see them covering consecutive games.
Well, follow the meltdown if it happens at Cody_CHGO on Twitter. And hopefully you have another good night with Luke recapping the Cubs and Padres game. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. You can follow the Bet Show at CHGO_bets. Again, shout out to Natalie for producing us. And we'll talk to you tomorrow when we're millionaires.